Prophecy Chronicles with God's servant Yamkala Joseph. In this broadcast you will receive updates on prophecies which the Lord has spoken through his enabled.
The Lord said to me, there shall be a clutching of the world powers between the nation America and China in a very contending way, that it will frighten the people of the world.
China retaliates. Beijing is hitting back with its own set of tariffs on all US goods after Trump's latest levies. Now the world's top two economies are fighting a heated trade war. So how will this affect geopolitics and the global economy? This is Inside Story.
Now the Lord, the God of heavens, has spoken once again to me about the greatest clutching of powers that the world is about to see. And the Lord is saying, I'm visiting the earth, and I will show myself as God before those who have thought that they are higher than I am. The Lord said to me, there shall be a clutching of the world powers between the nation America and China in a very contending way, that it will frighten the people of the world.
The world's top two economies are fighting a trade war. Tensions between Washington and Beijing are escalating, and China is hitting back. It's announced its own tariffs on American products in response to those imposed by US President Donald Trump.
China, like the dragon, opened her mouth to devour my people. Jezebel together and Belial rejoiced at her side. Now I shall humble him, and powers shall begin to clutch, says the Lord. I shall remember America again for the sake of my beloved Israel, and give her the wings which I clipped off because of her arrogance. I shall restore the new ones, and she will fly high again, and powers will clutch again.
We have big, important breaking news this morning. China is striking back. In just the last hour, Beijing announced it is now slapping new retaliatory tariffs on all U.S. goods by an additional 50%, bringing the total tax on U.S. goods headed there to now 84%. Just look at your screen. That is after President Trump followed through on his threat to hit China with new tariffs, adding up to a combined 104%. That set in at midnight. So as the two countries now show exactly what a trade war looks like, going punch for punch, here is a live look at how stock futures are looking, and they are down across the board.
And I shall visit the president of China, and he shall bow down before me, declares the Lord. And I shall also make him bow before the president of the United States. For I have raised him for such purpose, to humble the enemies of Israel.
The battle for world supremacy being fought by Donald Trump and President Xi is being played out in market crashes, shipping lines and currency wars. President Trump has now pulled the thread loose from the world order. But will the global economy unravel or be reformed in a different shape?
Now the Lord has spoken to me in this hour again. This is the great clutching of powers. These powers are clutched, and the Lord will humble China. The Lord will humble China. That's what the Lord said to me. He said, I will humble China. I will humble the government of China. I will humble, they shall bow before the President of the United States.
How much of this is a political standoff between the United States, the existing superpower, trying to contain China, and China flexing its muscles to show to its own people and the rest of the world that it's very much arrived on the stage?
Prophecy Chronicles with God's servant Yamkala Joseph. In this broadcast you will receive updates on prophecies which the Lord has spoken through his enabled servant.